If you like the piano, then this segment is for you. Or perhaps some kids you know who'd love to learn how to play but can't afford lessons. Enter Piano for Youth, a Maryland-based organization founded 14 years ago and hoping to expand into New York City next year. The idea is to use the piano as a tool for scholastic excellence, public performance skill development, and in some cases, even medical therapy. This Sunday, you can participate in a fundraiser called Speak to Me of Children, being held in Brooklyn at For My Sweet Garden and Event Space. It's right up Fulton Street in Clinton Hill.
All right, well, today we're going to welcome two strong advocates for the organization. First, New York-based Afro-Cuban jazz pianist Michele Rosewoman, the leader of the jazz ensembles Quintessence and New Yoruba. She'll perform this Sunday, plus she'll be honored for her contributions to the music education. Welcome to BK Live, Michele.
Thank you.
And we also want to welcome a 23-year-old playwright and director, Mai Sennaar. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And an excerpt from her off-Broadway play, The Fall of the Kings, will be presented at the event. And Mai also happens to be representing her mother, Diana Wharton, the organization's executive director. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so a lot of wonderful things are happening at BRIC.
Thank you for bringing a reason to smile today. We appreciate the light coming in.
We need one. We all need one today.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an event coming up this weekend. Mai, can you tell us a little bit about the event and what people can expect at the Speak to Me of Children?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, every ticket is going to contribute to a scholarship for a student to take piano lessons through Piano for Youth. The event's going to be a jazz concert featuring women composers. Miss Rosewoman is amongst the composers that are going to be featured. It's going to be earth-shattering, just full of jubilation, exciting live music. And also what's exciting for me is a part of my play, the score is going to be performed live along with the excerpt of the play. So you're getting musical theater, you're getting a jazz concert, and you're able to support youth while you enjoy it.
Well, that sounds very enjoyable. Mm-hmm. You're also going to be enjoying being honored. You're going to be feted at the event. And you're also going to perform. So
Right, and I'm also finding out more and more about the event as we sit here today, in that I've been knowing Miss Wharton a bit indirectly, and this is a time that I get to become a lot more familiar with the organization, her efforts, her daughter's great achievements and future. And for myself, I'm honored and proud to be contributing to the event in some fashion, and that I'm being acknowledged, honored. That's a nice addition. Yeah. I plan to play a couple pieces that hopefully kind of put the piano in the same light that we're all trying to put it in, which is that it's a great instrument, that it gives much joy, and that it's, in my case, from my perspective, it's a percussive instrument as well, given that I'm also a percussionist.
So I hear the Cuban rhythms invading right now.
It's all one ultimately, and it's all from the same source, you know.
Okay. So, you know, your mother, as an award-winning Broadway composer,
Yes.
you know, what prompted her back in 2003 to create this organization, Pianos for Youth 123, you know? And what is exactly does the organization do? And how many lives do you think the organization has touched at this point?
Well, it's touched thousands of lives. So we were just talking about it the other day, she and I. Speak to Me of Children is a song that's featured on her CD called Getting to Know Me, which was a children's CD. And it was impeccably reviewed for having a sophisticated jazz styling aesthetic for children. She wrote that CD, I think, before I was born. And that CD was kind of the beginning of her reaching out to children. The idea of Piano for Youth came from her wanting to move from she taught in Howard County Public Schools for a while, and she wanted to be able to interact with her students more personally. She was seeing that students would, we talked about this a little bit earlier, come to her personally wanting more connection, wanting more guidance, wanting more mentorship. And so she said, how can I move this from just a classroom to really dealing with kids one-on-one? And that's where it started from. She had 4 students in the beginning, and now it's been over 200 students. It's incredible outreach. I've been fortunate to volunteer every year as a program coordinator for our annual fundraiser, where we engage the community in seeing what Piano for Youth does. So if you were to kind of observe our programming, it's my mom in her car going one-on-one to students' homes across the state of Maryland.
That's amazing.
And it is. It's incredible. She's been doing it now, like you said, for 14 years. I can't believe it.
Well, when you say that, I think back to like flashback to bad memories of an old lady with cat hairs in her apartment hitting my knuckles
Right.
with a ruler.
Right.
Oh my God, you just took me back there. But thank God I don't have an allergy to cats, but I never really properly learned the piano. So I want to ask you, you've been passing the torch and
Yes.
lighting torches, more aptly, a way to put it. How do you engage the young people and like really ignite that spark to keep the whole thing flowing?
Well, I think that's as gratifying and even more so than presenting my own music equally. I had to put it on the same level. And having been involved in education actually since I came to New York in '78, but I'm from Oakland, California. I used to teach at the Haight-Ashbury Music Workshop going back in, I don't know, so far back.
Yeah.
And so it's always been a great joy of mine, and I teach a lot through several programs. I'm at the New School a lot in the jazz department. I'm at the Jazz House Kids program.
Yeah.
And watching the growth and being able to contribute to it, and even ending up, as I was telling you earlier, inviting some of these young players to join my band and
Wow.
and go on tour.
Full circle moment.
Full circle. It's a wonderful feeling. When I hear somebody tell this story that I hear all the time about their experience, it's so sad because
Should have had you.
Hey.
Could have changed my life.
you know I could have.
But, I have to ask, art funding is declining in public schools all across the nation. Very quickly, why do you think it's so important for students to learn music education in their formative years?
I didn't have a lot of music myself in school, but I had it all around me in my home, and so I was blessed in that way. It was almost inevitable that I would be involved. But for those that don't get it in school, that don't have programs that offer it, they may never have that opportunity. It's been proven to soothe the soul, to increase the brain activity and possibilities, to expand the mind and the heart and everything. It's
Yes, there's
music
science.
and arts.
That's facts.
We have about 20
It is
seconds
science.
left. Mai, can you lead us out?
Sure. If you like what you've heard, you got to come down and see it.
Where we going?
You got to come to Brooklyn. It's going to be November 13th at 3 p.m. This Sunday, right? Is this Sunday? And like I said, it's really something to come and enjoy. Some of the students from Piano for Youth, the leading students, are going to be performing at the event. You'll get to see them in their glory. They're going to be playing Joplin, they're going to be playing Chopin, they're going to be playing original compositions they compose as well. So come down and check it out in addition to seeing some established
Thank you.
composers.
And I also want to just tell everybody to go to pianoforyouth123.com to make a donation as well.
Do that.